Today's podcast is brought to you by The Haunted Taxi, where we take you to great haunts in your local community. Also brought to you by The Hair Shop of Olathe, Kansas, where they introduce Jacob the Jeep for your kids' cuts. American Shaman 151 of Olathe, Kansas. Total Clean Floor Care Systems of Olathe. The Blossom House Haunted Hotel and Tours. Stay tonight if you dare. Coming soon, Hempsters 123, your hemp extract online superstore.
I'm so scared. All I wanted to do was
The Ugly Motel, Lincoln, Nebraska. It's a work in progress. 56 Tough Guy, the social media yellow pages. Welcome to You Haunted, the Haunted Journey podcast, where today we go over the haunted Blossom House in Kansas City, Missouri. Glenn, just like when we first met, just tell us about the tour real quick.
Hi, Steve. My name is Glenn McCubbin. I own the building here, 817 Santa Fe. The name of the place is Blossom House Haunted Hotel. Bought it about 5 years ago, and the reason I decided to turn it into a haunted hotel was because it was the feeling you get from the spirits, and then being in here working on it, doing the renovation for the last 5 years. Your hair stands on end. When that sun goes down, you find yourself whistling just like in a cemetery. It's no joke. But it's nice to have the team here today and doing a tour.
This building on 817 Santa Fe was originally a Ruddy Patrick Seed Company, which was built at the turn of the century. Glenn and Paul are now turning this into a haunted hotel and great haunted tours for you to attend.
Ground, and I don't know why they had iron bars below here, except for, your guess is as good as mine, but 1900 down here in the west bottoms of Kansas City, Missouri, it must have been a wild, wild, wild west place. But you can clearly see by the architecture of the stone walls, kind of the old, it's like an old castle. You ever see if you walk through?
Yeah, right.
You got a little breezeway here too now. So this was the exterior. For some reason they built this below ground with iron bars in the windows.
Taylor, I need you to come with the camera.
It's pretty dungeon-like. But watch that there, T2, you're fine. But,
So let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
What was this over in the corner here? What was that?
Yeah, now that connected to I think another old vault. And I dug around there in the basement now. It's kind of like Al Capone's old vault, but I haven't really pressed through it lately. But I tapped it and it sounds hollow. I have not investigated that yet. Yeah, we've been here about 5 years now.
Point to it, would you?
Yeah. And right below here.
Oh wow, I can actually see it. You're right.
Yeah, right below there you can hear where, and then it does connect. Used to on the other side. There's another breezeway on the other side, but this was closed off.
Okay.
So kind of like an artificial door. So we yet to investigate that now, but it does go around the other side. Steve, we can go that way too.
Okay.
But you can see the beautiful artwork and the craftsmanship in this old building. I tell you, they don't make them like this anymore, boy. You can't find these down at downtown 12th and Main. I've got pictures with Blossom House in the photo of the old station. So I believe we're pinpointing this around 1908, 1910.
1910.
Yeah, that era. Yeah.
It is awesome. We'll come back around the other side.
Okay.
All right. Kennedy, what do you think?
I think
You're looking good. It is kind of cool. You just don't see a place like this.
It's all cleaned up here.
pretty cool.
Go through here, okay?
You all right, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
And
Okay, there's a little jaunt there.
the 1951 flood.
Oh, here it is. This is the actual.
That's the room. There's.
Okay. I just like, you know what? I really like. I like the archway. That's what. Come on.
You could get disoriented real quick down here, I tell you.
Is your electricity on?
No, yeah, but I don't have any lights down here yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All these boards.
I'm not sure yet. I've not explored that yet. I'm not sure there. Yeah, I haven't explored that yet. But this is where it goes, wraps around, and goes to the other thing. You could actually blow this out, this disc, and you could wrap that around, and then you could be a continuous, little.
Look at it. Look on the SLS. Look, back up. Look at here. Look at all these orbs. This is one haunted great tour you'll want to attend. See it? Let's move around. We had many haunted experiences, and these are some of them. Keep. So, Glenn, where have you said the most best experiences over to the far side? Whoa, did you see that orb?
Where?
It's a big old one. When we seen this orb, we saw a figure appear, and you can see it here. Throughout the evening, there was 4 of us on this tour. Special thanks to Sam and Kennedy and Taylor for coming out. A crazy, crazy thing happened to me when I went down in the basement to set up the static cam. I felt a ghost figure appear next to me and whisper in my ear. I let the static cam run in the basement as we took the tour. And this is some of the stuff that we got. Listen to me, guys, listen. Just now, something came up on me. When I turned on that camera for a second, I felt it right in the corner of my eye. I could see it, and it looked like it was a male figure. And he came up right on this side of my ear, and I could almost hear him like coming up.
Yeah. I've done it working on it myself.
So let me ask you a question. What was in here?
It's where you find yourself whistling past the graveyard a little bit.
So what was in here? I let the static cam run down in the basement for about an hour and about 15 minutes. And we found some really crazy noises on the camera. One of the nutty things we found was the sound of my camera picking up audible machinery noises which weren't there on my other camera. This next part, put on your headset or turn up your volume so you can hear all the different things we heard in this basement. This next part, listen close to a little girl singing Daisy. Another crazy sound we heard was an old airplane. You could hear nothing from outside the building, so it wasn't an airplane outside the building. This next part is a Class A EVP, and one of the best I have ever heard. Listen close for the steam engine trains. These were some crazy, fantastic EVPs. This basement is amazing, and it looks like an old Italian waterway. But in the basement, it has a great creepy feel and is a wonderful part of taking this tour. This is one of our stops on the haunted Kansas City Ghostly Gangster tour and a new Fearcation stop. Casey Paul of the Blossom House breaks down all the haunts on this tour.
It was doing the same thing. It was shining inside the mirror and not reflecting off of the mirror.
Really?
And the same day, that blanket was rolled up towards the mirror. I asked Glenn if he did it. He said no. But then I unfolded it, and it wasn't like rolled up. It was like folded in half and then done. So when I went up to it, I just went like this. I'm like, no, that's odd, you know.
Tucking themselves
And I
in.
just did. Yeah, I keep warning them, do not lay on the bed or whatever. But
We ran the EMF detector and SLS camera, and Paul stated that this is one of the haunted portals throughout the building. The upstairs is equally as good as the downstairs. And we found numerous ghosts throughout. Sam, Kennedy, Taylor, and myself had a wonderful time. Glenn and Paul are doing a great job of turning this into a haunted hotel and tour stop. Stick around to the end and see some bonus features from the Ugly Hotel and when they toured the Blossom House. A special thanks to Paul from the Ugly Hotel and his staff for giving us some great video. So if you're interested in the Blossom House, contact Glenn or Paul at 816-803-3152. So come book a haunted taxi ghost tour today. We take up to 5 friends and family to each tour. So this will be a great evening that you will not ever forget. Thank you for listening to the Haunted Journey podcast. At You Haunted, we make fear fun.
Hey guys, it's Paul from the Ugly Motel. As someone who renovates 100-year-old buildings on a regular basis for the better part of a decade, it's not uncommon for me to find unusual things when we're exploring a new building. Now, when we went to go meet Missouri Paul, as we've come to call him, we didn't actually expect to find anything. In fact, we were just looking for doors. But he led us on a pretty cool adventure. So Julie and I found ourselves at a haunted house in Kansas City. Are we in Kansas City, Missouri? Kansas. So we came looking for hotel doors. They have lots of stuff for collectors and whatnot. They just so happen to have the exact doors that we need for our hotel.
Along the West Bottoms area. So,
Okay.
So when you're down here, you can see some pretty good. You can hear some pretty good, whistling or you hear movement. You definitely feel a little presence. I had one meter down here with the paranormal. You can hear some pretty good, whistling or you hear movement. You definitely feel a little presence. I had one meter down here with the paranormal and. little props there the kids like. But you can see that here now. There's an old
props there the kids like. But you can see that here now. There's an old
kind of like the F Troop. I know the city pretty good.
Okay.
And do a lot of tours. And I drive for Uber part-time too.
tours. And I drive for Uber part-time too.
Okay. Well, the Wi-Fi won't let me connect, or not the Wi-Fi, the internet won't let me connect back here, but...
I had my phone going funky one time down here. Might be some kind of electrical over it.
So we did an hour-long walkthrough of the upstairs of the building too, and a lot of tricks of the mind seem to happen. Things like seeing stuff out of the corner of your eye. There's a mirror that seemed to kind of come and go with some kind of weird shadow, and just, you know, things that your mind's wanting to play tricks on you. I don't know. Make of it what you will, but definitely a place to check out. Thanks for watching.